Well, hello. We're here again. You know, this is my joy. It really is. I really like being here, like doing this, like telling you a story. Maybe the story can help you heal. I think that's God's purpose in these. Well, let's get to the wisdom. The wisdom is, well, something I learned to do that really does help me. As we're moving through the day, there are points of grace. That's right. God shows up with grace. Yes. Even if you acknowledge God or without it, still the grace may happen. Very likely will. Just moments where things happen. But that's grace. This way, that way, things change, things show up. That's grace. That extra 2 hours at work, that's really important to you at that point because you really require it. Grace. You know, that little thing sent from someone that just lights up your day. Grace. So, when you find that point of grace, you can, one, celebrate it. That's always nice to do. You can thank the one that gave it to you, if you wish. I mean, did give it to you. I know some people have issues with that. That's all right. The good news is he doesn't have issues with you. The minute you seek to be with him, you will be. Anyway, the other thing you can do is ask yourself if you had to look for it and find it, what was the reason that you couldn't see it in the first place? That may answer a few things. Maybe a little bit of a hard answer, but it will help you in the long run. Hmm. We'll leave it there. I know. Short, sweet, isn't it? Well, let's get you connected. So this is Eric at starthealing.me. Eric at starthealing.me. Eric at starthealing.me. You just reach out, leave me an email. I'll get back to you. I'll give you a link. We'll talk. Maybe I'm part of your healing puzzle. Hmm. Guess we can find out together. That one is without charge. Now, we're moving forward into the story. Now, he's standing at that, well, stove. Huh, it's a drum, but it's a stove. It's heat. I know that's going to be important as the winter comes in. I mean, this is just the last of September, first couple of days of October. Yeah, everything's going to change in a moment. Now, this person has never been there, so he doesn't know about that change. But we do. He's about to find out about it, but he's got a plan. So in this last few 24-hour days, he's got a plan. She gets the stove fixed and pulls down the old piping and it makes a mess. He goes, oh well, there's a broom in the corner. You can call that a broom. And we'll get that all swept up, sorted out. Looks around, finds the oil lamps, trims them, and puts together the new stovepipe and wanders around her a bit. And there's a, well, you could call it a ladder. Standing on the barrel, he's a tall man, 6'3", 6'4". He doesn't know, but definitely tall enough that when he stands on the barrel, he can get the the last stovepipe up through the thing. Finds that ladder outside. Yeah, it's a ladder. It's missing a rung or two, but can be climbed, and he does. And he had found a cowling for over the thing, and he thought, well, I better change that. He was correct. It was a mess. No water had got in somehow. That was an amazing miracle. He was thankful to God for that. He didn't want musty old Ducky in his house. It was a pretty good house considering it was a little rat fair around certain areas, but he could make it better, and he would always leave things better than when they started. That's how he was taught. Where'd that come from? More of my childhood peeking through, I suppose. 15 years of, wow, let's not go there. Let's get this cowling in place. And he did. And found the tar. Well, where else? In his toolbox. And he got it all tarred up. And checked for leaks. The way you can do that is go get a bucket, pour over it, look down. Nope, no leaks. Yay. Even in amongst that stuff in the shed, he found a topper for it. That's not always necessary, but it's nice to have. So puts it on. And he goes down and looks at his work and goes, okay, that's good. That's done. Get this place all swept up later. Got the lamps out. Somehow thought, I'm going to need those at some point soon. Had some ideas. I mean, this is the 23rd, 21st century. He doesn't know. But it is modern. And there are some things called solar something. He said, I'll figure it out. I'd like to get a couple of those if I can figure out how to make some cash, put those in for the time that there will be sun. I have a feeling it goes away. Just something in my brain from school talking about this part of the land. Hmm. Wherever we are, I think we're up. It's getting cold out here. Although it used to get colder quicker, I think. Again, memories. What weird things we have. Quit talking to yourself, grabs the old axe. Oh yeah, it's seen better days. But the handle's good. The axe is good, but it needs a bit of, well, I'll soak it in some water tonight. I'll make it stronger. But for now, oh yeah, look. A wedge and a little ball peen hammer. Perfect. Whack, 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 whack. Swings it around a bit. Nope, the head didn't go flying. Yay. Nice axe. Well, I don't want to be in a cold room anymore. So he leaves. He goes out into the forest behind it. Bush. Uh, better word, I think they call it bush. Anyway, there's a dead end, as she called it. Tree that's completely dried out, died, but didn't fall over, so it didn't rot. Awesome. He whacks it a couple of times and it actually comes crashing down. Exactly where he roughly wanted it. Good news is it's so dry it breaks up a little bit, not much, but enough. And he's able to haul that back, and he already saw a saw just laying on the floor in the corner. He's going to be a little bit more attentive to things, I thinks. So he gets it back, and he finds an old wash bin. Yeah, that's it. Never going to hold anything. And reaches into toolbox. Yeah, he likes that toolbox. Ah, and there in the corner is some duct tape. Yep, that'll work. Get those rust holes all fixed up so it'll hold what he wants. The sawdust. Puts it underneath where he's going to cut. Looks at the saw. It needs to be sharpened. Of course it does. But that's all right, because he knows how to do that somehow. And in his toolbox, of course, is a thing for sharpening saws. Of course. Ah, this is good. This was a great toolbox. I don't know how it all fits in there. I'm not even going to ask. Just praise God, thank God. And he starts singing Trust and Obey. He doesn't know why, but it's happened to him over and over when he was on shoots and things and life. This is my best part, being with God. And he gets that saw all nicely sharpened up. You hear whoosh. After a little while, I was looking at it. Yeah, that looks good. He cuts this wood up. It doesn't take him long. He seems to be quite strong, even though he's been hanging out in the water for a while and everything else has happened. God is good, he said. He got the wood cut up, sawdust cut, puts it all inside, wanders around, finds some really nice dry moss. It hasn't rained for a few days. That's nice. And there's bits and pieces that where that dead end fell, and he gets it all put in there. He won't waste it, but just before he leaves, he'll kick the fire in, make sure it's working, make sure the dampener is damping. He's got that installed too. That was fun, but he got it. It's been fun putting that stove together, but he knew how, so it's done. And he's gonna go down and get some food if there's any food down there, because he doesn't have it now. If not, he'll find something to eat up here, a rabbit or something. I don't know if he likes rabbit that much, but any port in a storm as far as food goes. Maybe some wild carrots and stuff. I think he said I saw some of those in the woods. Now I'm calling it woods, bush, forest. I'll have to find out what they call it here and not be such a newbie. Anyway, he goes, back I go. And he goes back and he falls three or four more and he fills up, saws, fills up. The he's got to tighten that up. Yeah. Some of the screws are loose. Ah, there's the screwdriver right in that toolbox. Isn't that so nice? God is so good with this toolbox. It's just incredible. And he gets all that done and he decides to tighten up the bolts and nuts. Yeah, he's got all the equipment for that and gets that bed. Oh, that bed is not in bad shape. It's just all loose. Well, he lays on the mattress for a minute. Well, that'll do. I'll get another one, I think. That one's kind of wearing out, but it'll work tonight. There's a big quilt. That'll be useful. Hmm. He's thinking, I'm getting pretty all gooed up and everything. I probably should figure out if there's another tub somewhere. And maybe figure out how to boil some water. Oh, look at that. Very old, slightly dented kettle over there sitting on the, well, where a sink would be if you had a sink, which I don't. I don't see a washroom, so I imagine that's outside there somewhere. I wander around to the back. Ah, there you are. My hole. Okay, well, we'll get that sorted out. And he decides after he has brought in all that wood, and he's got it. He's filled up that rack and got it so that it holds wood. There's a rack outside. He'll get that one filled, hopefully. He's just got an inkling that he needs to go talk to her, so he does. He cleans up a bit. There's a little stream behind his. Of course there is. It's beautiful. I got some ideas. Oh, this is going to take some work. But I got some ideas. He checks the depth of the thing. He sees that he has a smaller axe hanging on the wall. Hey, that's good. That'll be useful in the winter, which we're heading into. Funny, we haven't got snow yet, but we will anytime, I imagine. Considering it's September, October, probably more October than September, but not much in. And so he goes down, thanks the lady for the nice place to stay, and she said, "Well, it wasn't much. Kind of got beat up with the last guy, but he moved on. He wasn't our type of people." I understand. Well, I've got the, thank you for that. I got the stove working and the dampener you had in there. Hope you don't mind me. Oh no, whatever in that shed you can use. So if there's none left, just let me know and I'll order one just so that we have one. Oh, no, there's two others sitting in there. Good, good. Lots of stovepipe? Yeah. Good, because I got a quest for you after this, but we need to talk about something. I felt that. Um, it's October. Here in Broken Hoof, it's about to get dark. So you're gonna need some ropes, because some nights it can be real dark and you can't even find the, yeah, facilities. I saw that. And you got rope. Yeah, it's in the third shed, I think. Can you put it up around the town too? Do you mind? And my my stove's acting weird. So when you get a chance, you can. It goes all the way from here up. So might have to change the whole thing. You don't mind doing that? No, not at all. And I'll get everything all sorted with the game warden about you being my supplier of meat, and we'll have a ceremony from the chief down there at the end of the house. He also has a couple of questions for you. All right. After that ceremony, you'll be a native. Well, won't have tax rights, but he'll make you a native. Oh, I probably have that in me somewhere. I'll accept it. That's good. I don't have a name. I'm not going to give myself one right now. Well, being so helpful. Yeah. Why don't we call you Joseph? Well, I kind of like that. It's not close to what I was. It's not close to what I was called when I was little, but I like that. I'll take Joseph. And she goes, well, she goes, food? He goes, yeah. She goes, I'm actually making bar food now. Miners come in. They'll be nice folks. They know that. Um, I have an iron frying pan back here that's quite good at tuning things up if they get rowdy and they know it. So they're nice. They come in, they have their drink, they get their bar food, and off they go. So French fries and a hamburger. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a moose burger. Yeah, that's fine. He sits down at the booth and waits, and she brings out a, and she's wiping it off. She said, "I have these in the corner. Nobody up here likes them except for maybe me once in a while." But wow, I think I like that. Yeah, that's. I've got some ice too, believe it or not. Don't ask about that. Uh, you got the generator going, so the fridge is working, and I was able to make some ice. I have a way of dealing with the meat during the winter, by the way. Is that something that tinkles from my childhood about using the stream behind to, we can put the meat in something and it'll stay cold in one section and frozen in the other. Ah, you know about that. That's good because that's kind of how it works here. Uh, we have some for that generator and the oil from the fries and stuff. And I see you set up a better filtering system. Thank you so much for that. So as I was saying, it's going to get dark, and it's going to stay dark for about well, till the end of March or so. Are you up for that? Oh yeah, that's fine. I like to earn a little cash to do some, you know, renovations up there. I think they're called solar tubes. I'd like to put those in for the summer. Oh, that would be nice and light up your place really nicely. A lot of people don't want to be reminded that the sun's on 24/7. I said, I think I can put a cap on them. It may not be designed for caps, but I can put a cap on so at night I can sleep. And you don't have any windows, and I don't mind that. Makes the place feel secure. Yeah. The first guy that built it was a military man. That window is the only thing that lets light in. Yeah, I know. It's not much of a window. Yeah, it's got to get changed out. A few things have got to get fixed. I saw the roof. It's probably got one more season in it. Yeah, but there's an old barn around the. Well, we'll explain that. Uh, Outside of town, there was a farm. It didn't work. Homesteaders from the city that didn't understand homesteading or the day and night cycle here. Didn't work. But the barn has good tin on it. I own that um, property. Uh, and I don't want that to go to waste, but the barn is a mess. They nearly burned it down, but the roof tin is still good. Um, Probably not now, but you may. I have some headlamps, a few batteries. Got more on order. There'll be a drop in a few days, by the way. I mean, a drop. Oh, plane comes by here once in a while. Can't land. That'd be nice if it could. He said, well, that wouldn't be that hard to create a dirt landing. Okay, now how do I know about that? He said, "Oh, anyway, yeah, it wouldn't be that hard to create a dirt landing field for him if he wants to actually land. Oh, he'd like to. This dropping stuff from and cost him a bit more and cost me a bit more. So if you can figure that out, well, maybe not before dark, but maybe in the when the sun rises, we can work on that. Okay, that would be good. He's sitting there munching on a hamburger, well, moose burger. It's good. He knows that. Somehow she knew to just put mustard and relish on it. Oh, those are good. Where did she get that from? Same place, she said. Drop. Always make sure they use plastic. We tried glass once. We won't talk about that. Ah, yes. But if you needed to go and get stuff, you'd have to go quite a ways, about 150 clicks to a real city, maybe more, depending on how you drive. That Jeep would do it, but you're gonna need to. Yeah, yeah, I know it needs work. Um, can I, like, I'm gonna look at that barn, and if anything's left of it, I'd like to create a garage for the Jeep. Oh, certainly. That'd be useful. You make it a bit bigger so I can slide my Buick in there. Oh yeah, the Buick thing. Oh yeah. It takes a major car or thing to live up here. This thing, yeah, for the most part, gets me to the city once in a while. Got a large trunk and no seat in the back, so I can pack in stuff that I can't bring back. Stuff in glass bottles, uh, canning bottles, those type of things. So cool, he said. You got wood in? Oh yeah, I've got wood in. It sounds like I should get busy. Well, you might be lucky. It might not set for another day or so, and you might get lucky and you can fill out that rack. Did you get that rack fixed? Oh yeah, not a problem. My toolbox is good. Oh, you got one of those, do you? Yeah, well, the Inuit lady gave it to me. Ah, she said, I understand. I don't, he said, but it works. Yeah. She goes, yeah, it's how it's made. So let me take a look at your stovepipe. He's eating up his food, drank that wonderful green canned drink. It was yummy. Hadn't had one of those in a long time, he said to himself. Weird, but true. And another little inkling hits his head. He goes, "Hey, something tinking in my brain." Hmm. Yeah. He said, I'll think on that tink for a minute while I work on this. And he went in and he looked at the pipe that was coming off of the stove that was, ah, running on propane, I think. Yes, yeah, that's what it runs on. So is the fridge. Can't rely on power, but I rely on the propane. They don't deliver out here. And they really look at me weird because I don't buy the big containers. Oh, that would be so nice if I could. A lot cheaper. And I can get it filled up. Two of those would probably get me through the winter. She smiles and he goes, well, I got some work to do on that Jeep, but once it's done, it could carry it. I mean, I got to figure out how to, well, she said, for that, she said, you have what they call an Inuit cab. It keeps you warm and gives you a bed out back. She said, but I have the whole thing. And it's, I think, in the shed over behind what we laughably call the bank. It's, yeah, yeah. It's connected to many banks. It's got an ATM and a generator that's dying. They can probably hire you for that. He pays. He's a good guy. He allows us to have it. He's mainly there for the miners to count their whatever. Ah, that's good. It's good to know that I will have a top for that if I need it. He said the Inuit cab works for now. He said keeps everybody warm. So how does this work? Well, you can get your Jeep to that place. I can. I just need to see if I can build a garage for the thing because it's getting cold out there. I don't want to work like that, but I already looked it over. I gotta get some parts. Some of them are sitting in the toolbox. I don't know how that is, but I'll change those out in the morning if it's still light. If not, then I'll have to figure out how to jury rig a light system so I can see. She chuckled. Oh, I have those around. Um, and you do me a favor. We do still have sun. Can you change out the batteries? And I think that's shed number five. I get lost back there a bit. And on top of it are solar panels. Those batteries are backup for the winter. Everything else fails, then they keep things going for a little while. Lights in the town and stuff. Those big old batteries are heavy. Oh yeah, I can change those out for you. By the way, there's three pieces of your pipe that are a mess off that stove. Um, I'll change that out. It's not good. So he had brought them back as far as the pieces that he had left, the stovepipe pieces. He took them up and went in and checked the damper. Yeah, it was a mess. Okay. So stumbles out to the shed, finds the dampener, and brings it back in. There we are. Puts it all together in about an hour and a half. And he goes, I don't want to sound wimpy or anything, but I'd love a bath. Oh, she said, I have a way of you getting a bath. I'll give you a map. We have a communal bath kind of thing, but there is a door and you can lock it so that you can have some privacy, which is good because we do have females and they do wander out there. So he didn't know what was up, but she gave him Irish Spring. And I said, okay, that'll work. And some shampoo with a name that he couldn't even pronounce, but it didn't matter. Said said all the right things, sulfate free, 100% natural. Yeah, right. Maybe the Irish Spring isn't so natural, but he liked it. She gave him a white stone and said, rub these under your pits. That'll keep the stink away. Oh, yeah. Ooh, nice. Um, Probably don't have a change of clothes, do you? Well, I have one pair, but it's also dirty, and well, no, I don't have many clothes. Well, that's good. Um, Come to the basement. And she came to the basement and she wandered around and she looked and she goes, "Oh, those jeans look like they'll fit you." Looks at me, yeah, that should work. There's a belt over there. It's a little worse for wear, but I think it'll work. Oh yeah, that's fine. A couple of t-shirts here and a long sleeve shirt. Oh, there's a sweater. There we go. Got a couple of things. And in the back, choose your size. I buy them because every once in a while a miner comes in and he's messed up. And, well, you gotta have stuff. So he looks and there's boxers his size and he grabs those and sees a pack of undershirts. I'll take those. And he goes, oh, that's fine. That's what they're here for. He sees socks and he sees heavy socks. Oh, those look good. He goes, that's the one thing I will have to get when we go on this run. She goes, boots. Yeah, I don't have those, but those that are on you, they're hikers. They'll survive. But you do need good old, you know, winter boots. Yeah, he goes, I remember. They have, a felt insole. He goes, yeah. Those- I remember those. I got you a set of those. Well, they're not too expensive. He goes, that inkling is telling me I can do something. And just gonna check my mind while I'm resting. And if I think I can get away with that, I'll do that. Okay. She said, mysterious, aren't you? Huh? Well, you'll find out about it on the way to where we're going. It's on the way, I think. So, well, I'm gonna, I've got that fixed for you. I'll go see the banker. I can always work inside, hopefully. Yeah, his thing's down in the basement. It's got the most fortified building here, except for you, maybe. That thing's built out of tamarack and there's some pieces of ironwood, I think. I ain't going nowhere fast. So hopefully that's not needed. She goes, yeah. So he thanks her mightily and wanders off with the stuff with his map and takes that back to his house and puts the stuff down and puts it all in a little bucket sitting by his bed. And he knows what that bucket's for, but he's rinsed it out really good and washed it. He doesn't plan to take anything in that bucket, only if it's absolutely necessary. He won't ever use it to store his stuff, but he has some ideas. Yes. And he saw some things that might be useful to store his stuff. What stuff he has, he doesn't have much. But now he has some clothes, and yeah, those jeans will work out good. So he decides before he's going to do that, this dark is coming. He doesn't want to try to fall wood in the dark. So for the next 4 hours, sounds like a lot of time, doesn't it? He's moving wood, stacking it up, finds an old tarp tucked underneath the rack, and he seems to know what he's doing. He gets that tarp laid over it and locked down so no snow can get under it and get to his wood. He's got the rack full. He's completely exhausted. Can't believe he's done all that much work. His legs and arms feel rubbery, but he needs a bath. It's an absolute now. He needs to wash his clothes. Um, didn't see a washer or dryer around anywhere. At that moment, there's a knock on his door. Okay, well, visitors. He goes and he goes, hi, excuse the mess and me, and hi. And she goes, I'm uh, here because you require to be grandfathered in, right? Yeah, yeah, that's basically it. I come out of nowhere, here I am, I'm helping. Yeah, I heard that. You got that generator working. Chief's like to get his generator working too. Hasn't worked in 2 years since he tried to pour something into it that didn't work too well. Oh yeah, well, we can do some things. He said, you got any like holes in the ground, caves? Maybe with that seem to glow like sunlight. Oh yeah, I got a couple of those, she said. I'm the native tracker here. I hear you're gonna hunt for the lady down there. Yep, yep. That's awesome. But that ain't why I'm here. I also provide a service. Now, I know you don't have any cash. Well, I have a little bit. Nobody's that wanted to take it, so you can take it. Ain't much. I'm supposed to pay for a meal. It was 20 here. Well, that'd be fine, but you don't have to do that. I had another idea. Okay. You fix my father's generator, and I'll look after your clothes. Um, I'm one of the few people that have a washing machine, and well, they get dried in the wind. That always works. And I also clean houses and stuff. And he said inside himself, I feel like I'm being looked up and down. Wonder what she's thinking. Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, lady, you are a godsend for both. He said, fix the generator and you give this place a good clean. I tried, as you see, I'm not very good at it. Spilled stuff all over the place from fixing the pipes. You did a good job on those pipes. That might be helpful at my house. Uh, and she said, there's a few kids around here. Watch for them. They, especially if you're driving, they don't really have too much nature of knowing about things like that. None of them mine, but sometimes they show up at my place. I like new people, so they will be coming up. And he goes, well, he goes, I saw, he said, I don't know how I know this. He said, my memory is a real mess. Military, I know that. I had 15 years in it. And yeah, nightmares to prove it. So I apologize if, oh, this house is pretty sturdy. Yeah, I don't think we'll hear much from that house, but if we do, we understand. He said, but I saw a few maples out there. I think that's what they're called. Excuse my memory, it's a real mess, but I think I could tap those, can't I? Or we're past that till spring, right? Yep. Okay, well, I have the willingness and everything to work with that. All right, that'd be good too. We haven't had that for a while because nobody really wanted to do that. I think I know how, and I think I saw the taps in the shed. So that lady has everything. Oh, you have an Inuit toolbox. Yes, I do. That comes in handy, I bet. Oh, yes, it does. She goes, well, um, so how do you want to do this? And he goes, well, if you don't mind, is come back in about an hour. I'll go and take a bath, and I'll come back. And she goes, well, if you're going to take a bath, she said, she had a little bag. She said, this is a welcoming thing. She said, may be helpful. In there was an original Remington straight shaver, flip out blade, sharpen. Haven't, well, I know how to use one of those. Yes, that's great. Thank you. Toenail clippers, am I? Well, I wonder what's in there. Yep, probably need that type of thing. Well, you know what? He said this will really help. I can get myself cleaned up. I'll be back in about an hour. She's okay. He thanked her muchly and shut the door and she wandered off and he followed them out. Oh, hot spring. Let's leave it there. Bit longer today, I do know. I got a little rambly. Happens. Storyteller. It's gonna happen. Let's have a quick blessing. Let's have a blessing of joy, because joy is always important. You know, we require joy on every day. We can find a moment of joy. Well, that's another time. Um, so we got joy, peace, unexplainable. That means in the middle of it. Well, we'll leave that for another time too. So we got joy, we got peace, unexplainable, and of course, invention, intuition, and all the other wonderful things that that brush wants to paint in God's hands, according to His will and wish, according to your will and wish. It can be. Now, I've said that so many times, but I've never really explained it. His will and wish is always that this be. Your will and wish is allowing it to be so. I'll explain that a little bit later. I've got some more stuff to leave at the wisdom door. Don't worry. May have talked about it once. We'll talk about it twice, three, four, five times. Don't always keep track of everything. Not really trying to. Anyway, let's have a word of prayer. Short one, I hope. Got a little lost in here. We thank you, Father, for all that you do and all that you wish to do for us. And we just ask you to push back the darkness, bring forth your light, capital L, capital I, capital G, capital H, capital T. Give us courage and strength and grace and mercy. Thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude. Standing in awe and honor, respect, allowing all glory to flow to Father, Spirit, Son. This is, and so this is. So when you rest well, when you rest, rest well. When you wake, wake well. And know that your path is well lit by God. Blessings.